Hi, this is James Shug at Westpac with the end of market report for Tuesday, December the 20th. Not quite the end of the day here in London, it's just coming up to 4 o'clock. Despite some pretty seriously negative news over the last day or so related to Europe, with the ECB President Draghi now talking about Eurozone breakup as if it isn't as if it's no longer an absurd possibility, which is how his predecessor Trichet described it, with the IMF package that was put together overnight worth only around about 150 billion euros rather than the 200 billion that had been envisaged, and with the ECB also saying in its latest financial stability review that there's a 25% chance that one or more European banks go bust in the foreseeable future. Despite all of that, European markets are up pretty sharply today, and the main reason for that was a better than expected German IFO sentiment survey. It's a survey of around 7,000 businesses, and it posted back-to-back rises in its November and December readings after 8 consecutive falls earlier this year. Now, that suggests that the German economy, which has probably stalled in the fourth quarter, may not have posted a worse outcome than that. At least that's the way the markets have interpreted it. Also, we had in the US stronger than expected housing data. Home housing starts and permits both rose. Starts are up 9.3% in November. Now, the biggest part of the rise in both starts and permits was in the volatile multiples, like blocks of condos component, but there were also rises in the single family numbers as well. Now, the level of housing, even with these gains, is still so low, that's not going to make any sort of significant contribution to economic growth. Nevertheless, it was another positive signal from the housing market, following on from upbeat home builder sentiment and some reports showing increased sales as well. So adding to the sense that the US economy is doing perhaps just that little bit better heading into the end of 2011. And on that point, the Minneapolis Fed President Kokolakota, he said that he feels more comfortable now that the US economy is not headed into a recession. So they're the major data events of today, and they're responsible for, in Europe, about an hour ahead of the close, the London market up 0.7%, the French market up 2.3%, and a 2.8% gain in the German market. The Dow in the US is currently up over 2%, again reflecting the positive lead from Europe and the decent housing numbers that were reported earlier. The other markets to run through just quickly on commodities, decent gains there with risk appetite coming back somewhat today. Oil prices up 3.2%, we're looking at $96.92 a barrel. Copper prices up 1.8% and gold prices are up 1.3% today. We're looking at $1,617 an ounce for gold. The Aussie's doing okay, it's back above parity for the first time this week, it's at 1.008 against the US dollar. We've got Westpac's leading index coming out later on in today's session, and I'll be back tomorrow to talk about that and whatever else is on the agenda for tomorrow. Okay, so good to speak to you, back again soon.